Hello friends, I welcome you all to this online session of a Compulsory English. In the last few sessions we were discussing about writing for media or media writing. Unit module that is prescribed to you is media writing. And while discussing this, we came across several sub points or subtopics. We discussed about the importance of editorial, how to write editorial, structure of editorial. Again, we read about newspaper writing. Then we read about writing for a radio. We learn about how to edit the text. We also learn about certain tricks or certain tips for editorial or editor. So we have learned all these things. In the last session, we have also completed discussing about structure of a radio script, or also learn about certain tips that should be considered while writing a radio script. So we have completed all these things, and now let us begin with another sub point that is also very important, that is the script writing for television. While discussing writing script for radio, we discussed that it is meant for listen, and for the television you can see there is a difference between writing for radio and writing for television. Television script always accompanied with video video audio. Both these things were available in a television media, and therefore it becomes more difficult than the radio, writing for a radio script, because we have to visualize the thing, because we were visualizing the acting of the anchor, acting of the uh, reader, or we were also assuming the or this is direct communication with the audience. In that situation we should assume many things, and therefore if we categorize according to the difficulty level of writing, you can see television writing, script writing for television is difficult than writing for a radio. Therefore let us discuss all these things and try to understand what is the difference and what we should consider while writing for a television. Just like the radio, for TV also the speaker needs to address the audience directly, of course, yes. In print media, we were not addressing to the reader directly. We have written it in a passive voice, and readers are supposed to read it and try to understand it. There is a facility available in print media that they can go again and again to the written news item and try to understand it if they fail to understand for the first time. However, in radio and television, you can see that once it is broadcasted and you miss it, you cannot get it once again. So this is in radio and television. In both these mediums, you can see speaker need to address the audience directly. So he is addressing, and therefore we were using active voice here. We were not using a passive voice as we use in a print media. But a script writer needs to take into account some additional factors. So this is a very important thing here in a television. Though we were speaking on a radio, we were addressing directly to the audience. If we were presenting a program on television, we were directly addressing to the audience. But there is a bit difference. In a radio, audio video is not available, only audio is available. However, in a television, audio and video, both these things are available. So there are differences in writing for a radio and writing for television. One person can prepare the script for radio news broadcast, whereas TV telecast needs a team for script writing, news reading, camera, light, and sound, etc. So all these things is necessary in a television. However, in script writing, script for radio, you can see one person can prepare the script for radio news broadcast, whereas a television telecast needs a team for a script writing, news reading, camera, lights, and sound. Everything is covered in a television telecast. Here, as the words are to be matched with the pictures, so this is the challenge for the script writer. So what he is writing beforehand as he is supposed to present it on a television, it should be matched with the picture that is telecasted on the television. Scriptwriter usually has to write the script after the video clips are edited. So this is what generally happens in a television show or television program. So first what they do, they here the words are to be matched with the picture. So a script writer is usually has to write the script after the video clips are edited. So after video clips are edited, he is supposed to write a script. Besides, in order to avoid news readers to keep looking down at their scripts. So this is what as a news reader, news reader cannot look down at the script. The facility to read the script projected on a screen not visible to the viewers is made available to them. So many times you can see, if you look into the eyes of the news readers, you can see they were not speaking with you, but they are reading the script that is projected in front of them. Only we as a viewer or the audience cannot see that text, but the reader can see that text, and even he can manage, or he can turn the page, or he can up and down, he can uh, uh, change the pages. So this is what you can see they were doing. The suggestions given for writing a radio script are also applicable for the radio writing a television script. See, suggestions given to us here: use words familiar to the listeners, write names of a persons, places, and loan words in a phonetic script, underline important words to be emphasized, write numbers in words rather than in figures, use short and simple sentences in the present continuous tense and active voice, use capital letters to make the words not to be spoken into microphone names of characters, direction of for the reading lines, music and sound effect. Indicate pauses using a series of dots. So this is what we should do at the time of reading for a radio. The same thing we should adapt while we were reading for the television. So these things are bit similar with the radio script reading. So this is what we should understand. The main difference is that TV being an audio visual medium. So this is the basic difference between radio and television and print media. In print media, it is written in a written form. Nobody, so the audience or the readers are supposed to read it and try to understand it. In radio, it is meant for the listening purpose. Visual images or video is not available. Audience are only supposed to listen and understand, listen and comprehend. However, in a television, you can see an audience can see the video and can listen audio. So this is the difference between print, radio and television medium, and therefore television medium is more difficult than writing for a radio or writing for the news writing. So the main difference is audiovisual medium is available. There is no need to clarify whatever can be easily heard or seen by the viewers. So the body language is available here, you can see. So what is seen, what is very easily we can convey the message. Important details can also be shown through graphics such as maps, diagrams, graphs or tables, or through captions. So this is what you can say. Important details we can highlight. In radio, it is not available, that we cannot highlight the certain things. We can only indicate that this is important through the words. We cannot raise the voice, or you cannot do something that will highlight the importance of the topic or the point. We have to tell them directly that this is the important point. So this is what the difference between radio and television. Even in a print media, you can see we can highlight, we can color the text and try to highlight the certain things, but it is not possible in a audio video medium of a television. In audio video medium of television, or in simple words, you can see it is not necessary even for the audio video medium of a television. We can express it with the help of graphics such as maps, diagrams, graphs or table, or through captions. So it is not available in the radio. We cannot show the graph, we cannot interpret the graphs on a radio, but we can interpret it on a television. We can show the maps, especially when you listen the weather telecast. You can see the maps were there, the satellite images were there, and very easily we can understand about the weather. So all these things are available with an audio video medium of a television, that maps, diagrams, graphs, tables, all these or captions, all these are available to highlight, to show the importance of the unit topic. For some TV programs, information is shown on a TV screen with captions, that is name and title of the speakers. Many times you can even any news at 8 prime time, or any time you, if you go on a news channels, you can came across such kind of thing. The subtitles were given, and subtitle text versions of words spoken in a news bulletin or a program. Captions were also, subtitles were also given to you. So text version of words spoken in a news bulletin or program. So this is what is available in a television. It is necessary that the spoken words should complement the visuals. So this is also very necessary part, that spoken words should be complement the visuals. Otherwise, if it mismatched, then it will be utter chaos. We cannot express what we want to express. Here as well, we will restrict to the example of news. If the information received with the script writer, she or he has to transform that information into the headlines first and then provide the details. See the example, you can understand it. Information. The BCCI has announced the team for the T20 World Cup. Headline is Team announced for T20 World Cup. Introduction to the detailed news is the BCCI has announced a team of 16 members for the T20 World Cup to be held in Australia next month. So information, headline, and introduction to the detailed news. So afterwards we go on reading the detailed news. So this is what the beginning of the news report. So transform the information into headline first and then provide the details. So this is what the convention in a writing for a television. See the task sixth is there. Turn the following newspaper headlines into television news headlines. So you can do that at your home. It is not very difficult. I think it is a very simple one. See the example of a news bulletin script. So this is what you should see. Good evening, I am. So good evening, I am. So this is the name of the whatever Sudhir Chaudhary or uh, Pravish Kumar or many anything. Good evening, I am so and so reporter. You can write the name of the reporter. You are watching Doordarshan News at 8 p.m. Top stories for the day. Prime Minister calls for restraint in justice activism. Very short clip. So here you can add a short clip. Then storm clouds over a Sharda University. Annual Senate session begins today. Then clip. So here the video clip will be added. Women demand law against terrorists. Clip. 40 people die in the suicide bomb attack in Iraq. Clip. So you can see this is what you have to do that. And in cricket, India beat England in a thrilling first one-day cricket match. Clip. See the detailed one. In significant remarks, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that justice activism must be used in a restrained manner and take into account administrative flexibility, while asking the higher judiciary to address instances of corruption in just judicial system. He was speaking at a function organized by Bar Association of India in New Delhi, describing the PIL, that is a public interest legislation, as a highly commendable mechanism when it was initiated. Mr. Modi said that a balanced approach in cases would continue to keep public legislation as a tool for correcting public ills. Video clip. So you can see this is what, and while reading for television also or for a radio also, you can see you can mention the pause, you can mention the significance. You can mention the punctuation marks with a significant pause. So this is what the important thing. Or let us read one more and we will stop. The annual meeting of the Senate of Sharda University, which gets underway today, is likely to be stormy in the wake of certain discrepancies. The threefold agenda of the Senate meeting includes presentation of the university budget, the annual report, and the audit report for 2016-17, 2017-18, 18-19. According to our correspondent, in the university campus, the Senate members have suggested 92 cut motions to the budget. Among important issues that come up before the Senate are the audit reports. The university had appointed two committees for investigating the serious lapses pointed out in the audit reports of 2013 and 14 and 2014 and 15. The report of a finding of these two committees has not been presented before the Senate. Our reporter has the detailed details. Then the reporter. So after complete, if when you complete reading of this, the clip of the reporter will be played on the television. So this is what the situation we should understand on the television. Instead of reading all these things, you can read it all at your home and try to understand the example of writing for a television script. We will read the end. Then here is a breaking news. As per the reports just received, and President of America Donald Trump has resigned from the presidentship. He resigned over the issue of Iraq. The details are awaited. We will keep you informed as we receive the details. To end the bulletin, here are the highlights once again. So you can repeat the highlights and good night. So this is what you can say. Here is a breaking news. You can see highlighted. The breaking news is highlighted through the words. So this is what is expected in a radio and even a television. So then the task exercises, you can go through all these exercises and try to understand it. So we have completed this unit. We have learned many things from media writing, the unit of media writing. Don't take it only for the sake of examination, but you should consider it for the a life hack or a skill, a unit of or a bunch of skills that you can pursue in a career. So all these things are very necessary to understand. We learn all these things from editorial writing, or from editing offline, editing online. We learn all these things. We learn about writing editorial. We learn about proof checking. We learn about radio script writing for radio and television, structure of radio script. We learn the difference between two, writing for a newspaper and writing a script for a radio. We also see the difference, understand the difference between writing for a radio and writing for a television, and also read certain examples to understand the point. So in the next session I will post you one video on writing for a television script, and then we will declare that this unit is completed. So we have discussed all these things in detail and try to understand the things. So from the next session onward, after the screening of the small video, we will go for the reading comprehension units. So we will stop here and continue the same in the next session. Thank you for listening.